G'day everyone, welcome back to another set of Alliance Wars here in PuzzleCombat. Today we are our first war in a different alliance, so I have moved on from Depsolo, Bolden the Sharp, and I'm now currently bunking with Elite Strike Force, which is a bit of a different alliance. So yeah, that's where I'm at for probably the next month or so. After that we'll be moving on once again to another alliance in our tour, but today ESF has been matched up with Furia Del Lupo, or the Fury of the Wolves, is the French translation, or the English translation of the French name. Yeah, red tanks on their side, red tanks on our side, so a lot of pulse that we're going to be seeing in these wars, I think in the next little while. So yeah, first team up, we've obviously gone 3 blues, Dragon Fist and Emerald, double charge control, healer on element, and then a bit of damage as well in Hex and Lepus. So, pretty good team, I think, anyway. I'd love to have a couple more blue healers that are 5 stars. At the moment, the only one I've got leveled is Doodle. Then I've also got Anastasia, but she's 4-80. And that's pretty much it. I guess I've got Nox as well, who's a heal over time hero. And I've also got Perla, who's a pseudo healer with her minions, but that's really it. So anyway, this fight's gone pretty well. I've gotten a good board to clear out the center and the left hand side. Now just going to focus on the right hand side, not getting a lot of blue tiles rather, which is stopping me from getting the heal back. I've also got charge control on my 3 heroes on the right hand side, so I'm also somewhat avoiding making blue matches to try to save them for when Doodle is recharged, so I can basically get those blue tiles and put them onto a hero that's actually going to use them. So the charge control from Emerald enemy has worn off, so you can see me make that match 3 blue, as well as pick up a couple extra blue tiles in the middle. So we fired off with Lepus there, followed by Hex, and then finished off with Dragon Fist at the end there. So pretty alright to start ourselves off, but that is probably the only fight which is going to be, very strong or exceptionally good, because it's the only fight that I've actually got a 5-star really good blue hero in for healing. So we're in again. We've got Booster this time. Sorry, I missed her in my previous list. So she's a minion maker and direct healer. Not bad hero, but I've paired her up with War Chest for some AoE 5 damage and the mischance, and then some charge control on element via face off. So he's got a charge stop to 1 enemy. And then we've gone with off-color damage in Amethyst and charge control in Fiddle to make out the team. So alright board to start with. We've only really been able to take out the tank by way of purple damage. Haven't had a huge amount of blue tiles, but we're sort of turning that a little bit. But unfortunately, Whack has charged and dropped a bunch of damage on my heroes. Dragon Fist now charged as well, and has some unfortunate targeting, I want to say, where he basically wipes out my left-hand side of my team. But that's alright, we've managed to re-heal now with Booster, and at least bring some health back rather, onto Fiddle and Face Off. So now got Face Off charge, so we can be a little bit selective with our targeting. Unfortunately, then goes and dies, turning into a bit of a recurring theme here. We get our heroes just about charged and then they get whacked. But yeah, so fortunately 2 down on both sides. Amethyst is charged. Bit of an unlucky dodge there from enemy Unicorn, but that is okay, I guess. So yeah, we're just making some matches in the middle of the board, trying to keep our damage a bit away from those heroes as much as possible. Go for the kill shot on Ghost, get it with the green tiles, charged on Fiddle, put that element out on Dragon Fist, but don't ultimately need it because we get it with some tiles. And now it's a 3v1, which is much more manageable than a 3v3. So now at this point, it's just about making tiles to really get my heroes charged and firing them off. I'm going to try to avoid killing or trying to kill the enemy Unicorn with tiles. Ideally I would have gone for skills, but we got a nice little blue cascaded 5 matched directly onto her, which sorted her out dead. So 2 from 2 so far, not too bad. This time around I've obviously gone with a red stack. Most of this is aimed at the fact that the opposition has got 2 green flanks, which means that instead of stacking strong against the tank, which is red, which would be blue heroes, I am instead going neutral against the tank, but strong against both flanks, it's a good situation to be in, because I've now got essentially 2 heroes I'm strong color damage against, and then the rest of the team is neutral. There is literally no weakness to me bringing red heroes along for this fight. So that's basically the reason I went with the red heroes. It's worked out pretty well so far. As you can see, I've put out a fair bit of damage. Unfortunately, gotten the charge control from Syntax reflected back at me, or reverted to me, but otherwise it's very much in control, and finished off with the lovely damage there from Zodiac. So yeah, moving into our fourth flag rather, we're 3 from 3. Again, gone back to a blue stack because, I mean, they don't have the greens on both flanks. So I've gone back to being strong against the tank and neutral against pretty well everyone else. So we've got Clara, Ghost. I went with Weisheng as a bit of an experiment, just to try to combat the minions from Pulse. That's sort of the plan. We'll see if it works out. He is a 4-star hero with no emblems on him, so it could very much backfire and end up with a hero dying after doing very little. Pulse is fired, so maybe the gamble of Weisheng might pay off. We charged that. Unfortunately, did kill Pulse there, so Weisheng's only able to target half of the enemy heroes, but half is still better than none, so get that shot off. Unfortunately, do take a lot of damage here from Topaz with his double tap. So much damage that Weisheng then dies I think it's the next turn he dies. He doesn't last very long. Unfortunately though, Whack did target Dragon Fist, so I lost him very early in the piece. Weisheng hanging on in there, but Bleed Ailment will kill him in the next turn. What else to say? No blue tiles to really speak of, so I'm unable to really charge my skills or get any damage off, and that's reflected by the fact that I'm now just losing heroes, even though I'm trying to make the best matches I can. It's just not possible with the board I had available. So yeah, pop off as much damage as I can onto the remaining heroes. Ghost is kind of just hanging in there, only barely just. So once this turn fires about, I'll use her to target the enemy heroes there. And then we ultimately die from the next turn. So, bit of a disappointing one. I'm not sure that Weisheng was necessarily the wrong decision, but I don't know, maybe a couple more emblems would have helped him, but he did take a lot of damage there from Topaz. So, towards the back end of the war here, so I am going to jump in and clean my mess. So, we've gone in with a 3 red, 2 green stack against the enemy heroes there. We've already killed Ghost dead, so now we'll ghost some red tiles, grab some more blues, get the greens charged, double tap, bang bang on Topaz, kill him dead, and now it's just a case of 5v1 on Whack. I could kill him any number of ways. I'm going to choose to kill him using Scarlet and just fire Scarlet's skill, and then just pop off some tiles on the right hand side and get him with the turn damage. That isn't turn-based damage. So there we go. Got the clean, 1 flag left. Ask the ally what's the best, so we're going with Black Shadow. There are 2 other heroes, or 2 other teams rather, to kill off. So I'll go with Black Shadow here. Mostly full team, so yeah, Pulse took a little bit of damage from the previous hit, but not a lot. So straight off the bat, we'll make the yellow match just to try to move some tiles around. Ultimately, what I'm trying to do is get blue tiles into the position under Pulse, which we did ultimately get there. So Fungi beats charge, Fungi beats fire, damage on the right hand side. Big nice cascade there with a bunch of green tiles and some more blues. So we'll fire off Nox, followed by War Chest. Nox's, I brought her along as my healer. She's a heal over time rather than a direct heal. So she's not a half bad healer, she's got a fairly hefty heal over time. But yeah, not as great as a direct heal, obviously. Continuing to play the board out, a lot of damage here from Amethyst, followed by Fungi Beats, and that's enough to finish the fight off. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not too bad in the end, 48 points rather from the clean, but at the end of the day, not enough. We came a little bit short. It was going to be a tall ask at the point of me starting my fights. I think everyone, literally from the 18 shots, everyone needed to one-shot, which just wasn't likely. So yeah, there we see all of my attacks, jump across, come in number 8, at 261 damage. But yeah, not too bad in the end. We did, as I said, end up losing. We had 6 flags left on the field, but honestly, even if the 6 flags had been used, it wasn't going to change the fight. So yeah, GG's to LFDL. I guess I'll catch you guys around in another war. But until then, good luck. Hopefully yours went well, and I'll catch you in another vid. Bye.